and the Oakland Raiders. Bitter rivals going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard. Line just across the 25. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, he's second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Express! Yo, Chief! 4 down. 734. 808. 29. Express!
On second down, here's Carr. And Cook has it, left side. A Raiders first down, Carr hooking up with Cook. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now Carr, incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
You give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Throwing on first down is Carr. It'll hit the... He's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line.
7:34. 29.
Here's Carr to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
White. 7:34. White.
Throwing again. Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Houston in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
7:34.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Kansas City gets the ball back here in a second and continuing to kind of analyze the start for Patrick Mahomes this year. 10 touchdowns, and we're told that's the most touchdowns in 2 weeks in the NFL in its history for a guy to start the season.
Yeah, can you believe that? First 2 weeks of the season, 10 touchdowns. I believe only 1 interception too, right? So he's taking care of the ball quite well. And just think about this. Coming in and taking over a team that many thought they had a pretty darn good quarterback. And he seems to be elevating not just his play, but the team overall. I mean, both of those wins came on the road.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 59 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now they'll throw with Carr. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Hey, Purdue! 7:34. Raider 9.
1st down, the run with Lynch. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston.